Well, hello and welcome, and thank all of you. Thank you all so much for giving your most precious gift, your time, to come and spend a little bit of time with myself and my great friend, Eric. The purpose of this short meeting is to give you a clear and a deep understanding of this rather unique program called the Existential Wellness Coach Training Certificate Program. And we are going to be training men and women to be worldwide existential wellness coaches. Now, this program has been written by my great friend and colleague, Eric, here. I will introduce Eric properly in a moment. And it is being run and administered by our organization, Noble Manhattan. And my name is Gerard. I am the CEO of Noble Manhattan. What I'd like to do before I introduce Eric and get into the meat of the program, I'd like to spend just a few moments and give you, I would call it a helicopter, an umbrella tour of Noble Manhattan. Now, why do I want to do that? Because I want you to understand who we are and why we are so different. Right now, there are approximately 900 coach training companies in the world, 900. All over the world. Noble Manhattan, we are in the top 3. But as well as being a coach training organization, almost more importantly, we are a coach supporting organization. So not only do we train you to be a magnificent coach, we then go out of our way to look after, take care of, and support you in helping you to build and run a financially viable and attractive business. And I'm now just going to show you a few of the websites we have, some of the initiatives that will be available to all of you should you become one of our wonderful international students. So I'm just going to share my screen. Okay, so this is the Existential Wellness Coach Certificate Program that I'm just currently showing, but let's take you to the beginning. This is our main website. We currently have offices in 25 countries around the world, and we deliver our training in 8 separate languages. We own a magazine called the International Coaching News, and this is available to every one of our students, wherever you are. You can write for the magazine free of charge. We will, if it's good enough, of course, we will publish that, and that gets read by, let's have a look, 100,000 people in 21 countries. And this is a way that we will help you to build, grow, and develop your brand and your image worldwide. We have a division called Coaching Support. Wherever you are in the world, there is a very good chance that we run a monthly, one evening a month, coaching support group meeting. These group meetings are run by a president and a team of officers. If I have a look at the drop-down menu, we have them in all of these areas. If we just look at India, just at random, in Mumbai, we have our president, our team of officers. We have these in dozens and dozens and dozens of cities over the globe. They're there for you. We deliver workshops, seminars, talks, lectures, networking, lots of coffee, far too much coffee. People get together, and it's a home you can go to one evening every month. We own Coach Finder, wonderful name, coachfinder.com. The largest register of coaches on the planet. And all of our students can have their own listing. You can upload audios, videos, pictures, your resume, details of your events, so that future clients, coachees, can find you. They can find you by looking at the different types of coaching, or they can find you by looking at the map, or by searching for you directly. We own a publishing arm called Books for You. Nice name, tells you what it does. And for all of our students, we will publish in multiple languages, ebooks, articles, case studies, white papers, and much more. Again, to help you raise your brand, your image, your profile. We also own a radio platform called Coach Radio International. We allow all of our students worldwide to have their own international radio show, again, in about 8 languages. And we've done a deal with a little company you might not have heard of called iTunes. And all of our shows appear on iTunes and stay there forever. Also a company called Stitcher, a big podcasting company. And we do this to help you raise your brand, your image, and let you become well known. Get coaching leads is to do with, if you've ever heard the expression, lead generation or sales pages. We will create those for you to help you to generate prospective clients. We have a division called the Alpha Group, which works exclusively with business owners. And we have coaching tools, which helps you with all your IT issues. And we have Noble Coaches, which helps you to get clients. So all of this is just part of our help, support, to help you not only get trained, but to go out into the world, to raise your brand, and to attract clients. So that is Noble Manhattan. So now let me formally introduce this most wonderful man, Erick Maisel, a friend, a colleague in the world of coaching, and I don't want to upset him by using this word, but we would call him the grandfather of coaching. He has written over 50, yes, 50 books on coaching, on personal development, on creativity. And Erick is the author of this program, this unique course that is going to teach people how to become an existential wellness coach, to give them the knowledge, the skills, the information, and the tools that they will need to go out into the world and coach people on and in this rather unique subject. Good morning, Erick. How are you?
Hello, Gerard. I am wonderful. I'm re-impressed with what you all do. I tend to forget how many arms and legs you guys have. It's great to hear it.
Not at all. And for the benefit of the people watching now, if it's okay with you, Erick, I think the best way is if I just ask you 1 or 2 probing questions about this program, this course, then perhaps that would help the people who are listening in.
Absolutely. Although probing does sound like a medical exam, but that's okay.
So perhaps we could start by maybe you telling us all a little bit about the background to this program.
Sure. The background goes way back. I'm in my mid-70s now. As a very young person, as a child, I grew up in that time when existentialism was very important in the world. The French existentialists, Sartre and Camus especially, were well known. It faded out for a while because existentialists demanded this thing that's hard for human beings to do, namely take personal responsibility for their actions. Human beings are always a little easier not taking personal responsibility. But that's not working for people much anymore, the idea of not taking personal responsibility. People are reminding themselves that they have to make their own meaning and identify their own life purposes. It's one of the reasons why Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, is so popular again. It's coming back. And people are much more unhappy, I think, than they used to be. Now, of course, it's called depression, and they're getting antidepressants, but forgetting about it being a mental disorder or a biological issue, it's a human issue. People have lost hope. Traditionally, in psychotherapy, the goal of psychotherapy was insight. The goal was for clients to learn self-awareness. Existential psychotherapy, by contrast, had a different goal. The goal was renewed hope. Existential psychotherapists and coaches thought that hope was at least as important as insight. And in this, not just maybe unique, this completely unique program of existential wellness coaching, what coaches are going to learn to do, two major things: hold the big picture for clients, not the atomized picture that we all human beings hold for ourselves, where we think about this and think about that, but can't integrate all of that thinking. Too many moving parts to a life now. Our coaches will be able to hold the big picture for clients and provide them with renewed hope, which is a very big deal thing in this sort of devastating emotional landscape that we face right now, whether it's about climate or politics, or so many different things are not working, and people are feeling, they're experiencing the not working of those things, and they don't know where to turn. If they go to a psychiatrist, they're going to get pills. If they go here, if they go there, they're only going to get what that person can offer. Our person is going to be able to hold the big picture for them and present them with a picture of what wellness can look like.
I loved the phrase you used, hope, to rekindle hope within people. Here in the United Kingdom, where I live, there's a lot of talk right now about mental health issues.
Yep.
And so many people are struggling. I think that's the right word, struggling with this. And it seems to me more than ever that it almost, I wouldn't want to use the word like a tidal wave, but it almost feels like that sometimes.
I think it does. And what coaches in the program will learn are some really important, call them tactics or ideas, that will help their clients heal and not feel so despairing. Two big ones among many that we could share, two big ones are how to help people make the shift from the idea that there is a singular purpose to life, which is a kind of trap, to the idea that each of us has multiple life purposes, that many things are important to us. When we help clients remember that many things are important to them, then they don't have to put all of their eggs in one basket. If that basket isn't working, if their job doesn't feel meaningful, or if their relationship isn't working, they don't have to despair, because they will remember or recognize that they have other life purposes also. So that's a great gift and a great blessing to offer clients, is this simple idea of a shift from life purpose to life purposes.
Yes.
And the second shift that our coaches will help clients be able to maneuver and manifest is the shift from seeking meaning, the idea that meaning's out there somewhere, like a lost purse or at the top of a mountain or at some guru's feet, to the idea of making meaning, to the idea that we can generate our own experiences of meaning if we learn how to do that. And these two ideas of making meaning versus seeking meaning, and life purposes versus life purpose, allow people to get on a new footing in life. It's a big deal change to make these two simple changes. And our coaches will be well trained in understanding how to help clients make these changes.
No, I love the way you've put that. I haven't heard it put that way before. If you and I, we're prodigious readers, and I know many people are, and there are so many people out there who are seeking. We call them seekers. They're looking for the answer. They're looking for,
That's right.
I would call it the path, but almost in their mind, it's the one and only path, the single path. And they almost feel that someone else with authority or knowledge has to give them that direction.
That's right.
Whereas what I love about this is helping them to make their own path.
That's right. And it helps them stop cycling through different systems. So many people, they're a Jew 1 year, and then they decide that they'll adopt a New Age philosophy because that more suits them. And then they'll become more secular, and then they'll go to Stoicism for 2 years. And they're cycling because they're seeking, and that's not serving them. That doesn't work. And they don't know that that isn't what's working. They think that they're still just haven't found the right one. There isn't a right one. There isn't something out there to find. That's why the most important book in this area, Viktor Frankl's book, Man's Search for Meaning, keeps the trap alive by calling it a search for meaning.
Yes.
whenever I talk to folks about this idea of making meaning, they'll nod, but 3 seconds later they'll talk about seeking meaning again. It's so embedded in their vocabulary.
Yeah.
But when people actually get, I'm going to say it in an aphoristic way, life purpose is a choice and meaning is a feeling. Meaning is only a feeling, which is really big news. And if you get that it's a feeling, then you will understand that it naturally comes and goes. All feelings come and go. And suddenly you can be less distressed when life doesn't feel meaningful, because you can say to yourself, oh, meaning comes and goes. It's gone now. It'll be back at 6 p.m. or tomorrow morning or sometime. And you don't have to despair. You don't have to go to that place of meaninglessness. So we have a lot of tools and tactics. Our coaches have a lot of tools and tactics to help people feel completely differently about life, much more optimistic, much more instrumental, and much more hopeful.
Well, I'm glad you used those. You must be reading my notes here. Those words, tools and tactics. So when someone engages in this program, what knowledge, skills, or ability, or now tools, will they take away?
Well, they're going to learn what I call the 12 pillars of wellness, which is just one model, but I think it's a useful model of how big wellness can be construed. And some of those pillars are life philosophy and peaceful mind and positive outlook and helpful thoughts and integrated personality, very big ideas. Most coaches only know a piece of this. A cognitive coach only focuses on your thoughts. A certain kind of wellness coach might only focus on your physical well-being. Our coach is going to learn how to focus on all of these areas, these 12 different areas, and help clients see the big picture, something that clients, human beings, tend not to be able to do on their own. And they have not had a helper available to them who can hold the big picture for them. So our coaches are going to offer them help in multiple domains, from the physical to the emotional to the existential. And that's going to be a great help to the clients that they work with.
Indeed. Now, this question, you may or may not know, here in Noble Manhattan, we've been established for 23 years and we've trained 25,000 coaches, and we have about 20 different coach training programs, everything from a one-day introduction up to a PhD. When you and I started talking about this particular program, the word existential wellness coach training, to me, it was like an epiphany. I hadn't come across anything like this within the coaching world. And since we've been talking and putting together the program, I've been searching.
Uh-huh.
And I cannot find anything quite like this. Do you know of anything like this out there?
No, nothing's close. Nothing's close. There aren't even a lot of existential coaching programs. So that's already a minimalist number. And the wellness coaching programs have nothing to do or little to do with what we're talking about. They're about physical health, about diet, sleep, or stress reduction, or very important things, but not existential wellness.
Yeah.
I think when we both first Googled the phrase, there were like 0 hits, and it's almost impossible to find something with 0 hits. So I'm convinced that there's nothing like it on the face of the earth, and that our existential wellness coaches will be the first of their kind.
The first and the unique. Yeah, excellent. And a normal question that any new student or coach will ask is, because they're going to invest time, some money, effort, energy in going through the program, learning, qualifying, getting their international certificate, and then they want to work with clients. They want to get, I guess you'd call it an ROI, return on investment. Looking at the marketplace out there in the world, what do you think? How big do you think this market is for coaches who complete the program to get clients?
Sure. It's hard not to engage in hyperbole and say it's the biggest and the greatest and the largest. It's hard not to do that, but I really do believe that the market is gigantic. and in two different senses. One is the market in business, because over the last decade, businesses and business folk have become much more interested in providing meaning and purpose at work for their employees, because retention is such a problem. People, their best and their brightest are leaving because they're not finding the work meaningful. There was a number bandied about recently that 75% of American workers hate their jobs. That's a big number. I don't know if that's similar worldwide, but that's a big number. And all of those people are expressing their stress at work one way or another by not showing up or by leaving the job or by underperforming. So business needs to know about this. They need to know how to increase both meaning opportunities and life purpose connections at work. So any coach who wants to make money, since business is where money is, who wants to make money can, I'm sure, connect to businesses and provide them with some new services that they've never seen before. So that's the business side. Then there's the individual side, and you were alluding to all the different epidemics that are going on now, the depression epidemic, the ADHD epidemic, the insomnia epidemic, the loneliness epidemic, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. All of these are connected at the core to insufficient life purpose and meaning understanding. They're all connected to that. And therefore, again, not to be hyperbolic, but I do believe this is true. All human beings need this right now. And the market is that large. Yes, you'll have to be entrepreneurial. Yes, you'll have to figure out your way of doing things and carve out your niche in the marketplace. Yes, you'll have to do all of those things. But if you're willing to do that, the customers are waiting.
They are. And again, I don't want to get depressing on this call, but looking at the amount of people turning to drugs and substances to bring in some sort of meaning or happiness to their life. PwC, a company you might have heard of, PricewaterhouseCoopers, they did a survey at the beginning of this year in the coaching world and within the business world. And you can download it on their American website. It's a 150-page PDF. But they said over 70% of employees are unhappy with their job. So that ties in with your figure. Over 70% of people are unhappy with the thing that takes up the bulk of their life.
That's right. And just to piggyback on that and to help underscore how important it is for clients to understand the difference between life purpose and life purposes. If you're unhappy at work, then usually you will have just a kind of bimodal way of thinking about it. I'll stay or I'll leave. That's kind of it, because we don't think we have that much influence at work to really change our job or change our company. So it's I'll stay and bite the bullet or I'll leave. But an existential wellness coach can help that person understand that he or she has multiple life purposes and can transition into maybe solopreneurship or some other way of thinking about how to get out of this morass. So our coaches are going to have lots of tools that directly help these 70% or 75% of folks who are not happy at work and actually make a significant difference in their lives.
Thank you. And just for people watching, the program is going to be designed over a 6-month period. So when a student engages, it will be a 6-month long program. And Erick will be doing multiple live webinars during that period. They will be recorded, of course, and then put into the program on our learning management system. So students can then watch them again and again and again. There will be multiple lessons that students will engage in throughout that 6-month period. Do you remember how many lessons there are, Erick?
130 lessons.
One? My goodness. Did you say 130?
I did say that.
Indeed. I'm only joking. So that is a significant number, a huge amount of knowledge. As well as that, there will be a course book. There will be some wonderful written material to engage in and exercises. There will be study buddy groups that people will engage in on a weekly basis with other students from around the world. And there will be practice coaching as well, and much, much more, all within the program. And if you're watching this video, then you are probably on our Existential Wellness Coaching website. And if you scroll down and up, you'll see all of the details about the program. And if you have any questions, please reach out. And one more thing, this is so important. We as a company offer scholarships to everyone, no matter who you are. Everyone is entitled to a scholarship, and everyone is entitled to apply for a scholarship without any obligation to go forward and do the program. So on this website at the bottom, there is a button you can click. It gives you a form. You can apply for a scholarship without any commitment to take it forward, and you'll see what you will be offered. And it makes sense to do that. It's something that we do like any good university and have done for years all over the world. So thank you for watching. Eric, any final thoughts for people watching this?
No, I just hope that folks are excited by this. I think it is an exciting opportunity, never before seen, and it's going to really help clients. So I hope people hop aboard, and I look forward to meeting the folks who come aboard.
Lovely. Thank you, Eric. And again, for those of you watching, if you have any questions, just simply email us. Email us, and one of our team would also be happy to have a coffee on Zoom with you at any time. So thank you. Thank you for your time, and look after yourselves.